Yes, good morning to everyone. So I would like to explain the topic about routing protocols and concepts. So the objective of the routing protocols and concepts is mainly the distance vector routing and the link state routing. So these are the two main routing protocols which are used in a network for to send a packet from a sender to receiver. So it will calculate the best route and shortest path also. So the objective of the first routing protocol is the characteristics of distance vector routing protocol, which will be identified, and next it describes the network discovery process of distance vector routing protocols. The example for the distance vector routing protocol is RIP, and then it describes the process to maintain the accurate routing table. So the routing table is maintained by the each router. So based on the routing table only it will send a packet. So distance vector routing protocol, so this is the first one. So each router which periodically shares its knowledge about the entire network with its neighbor. For example, for every 30-second or every 40-second, each router will share its knowledge about the entire network with only with that neighbor. So here the example for the distance vector routing protocol is routing information protocol, and then IGRP and EIGRP. So these are the main three examples of distance vector routing protocol. So distance vector routing protocol means each router that periodically shares its knowledge. So here the distance vector means, so the first thing is distance to final destination. So if you are going to route a packet means first we have to calculate the distance. So this is the first thing, and next one is the direction or a traffic where the data will be flow. So these are the two main thing for the distance vector technology. So next one is the characteristics of distance vector routing protocol is, the first one is the periodic update. For every 30 minutes or every 40 minutes each router will update its routing table, and then it update it by using a neighbor. They are exchanging the information with the neighbor, and next one is broadcasting the updates, and last one is the entire routing table included with that routing updates. Whatever the update each router have it, that will be updated in that routing table. So here the algorithm for distance vector routing protocol. So the first one is send and receive the updates, and next one is calculate the best path to install the route, and third one is detect and react to the topology change. So if there is any change in a topology means it will be detected and also reacted for that. So these are the main three purpose of this routing algorithm. So here the routing protocol characteristics. So the main characteristics is time to convergence, and second one is the scalability and resource usage, and last one is the implementation and maintenance. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of distance vector routing protocol. So the first advantage is it is easy to implement and easy to maintain, and next one is low resource requirement. So it does not need so much of bandwidth or any memory capacity. The disadvantage is it is a slow one, and next one is a limited scalability, only it will work, and third one is the routing loops. It will create some loops in that routing. So the router initial starter. So first the initial stage of the router. So first the routing table, each router is having the routing table. So in the routing table it is having a three field, that is a sender, receiver address, and next hop, and then count. So whatever the router which is have a direct contact with the other system, that will be installed in that routing table. So directly connected network or initially placed in this routing table. So whatever the router which is connected with that direct contact with the network, that will be updated in that routing table. So this is the first initial stage of the routing protocol. Next one is initial exchange of routing information after getting that direct contact information. Next one is the routing information will be exchanged between the routers. So if a routing protocol is configured, then the router will exchange the routing information. Then the routing updates received from other routers. So the router check the update for a new information. So every time the router will check whether there is a updation in that. So if there is a new information, so metric is updated in that table, and the new information is stored in a routing table. So the routing table first initial phases, it just add whatever the network directly connected with it, and second one is if there is any change, that is also updated in that routing table. So next one is exchange of routing information. So all the routing tables in the network contain the same network information means, so there is a no convergence, then the convergence is reached. So that's all, the routing table updation is finalized. So that's all the distance vector routing. So the distance vector routing means periodically every router will share its knowledge about the network only to the neighbor. So for that they are using the routing table. So in a routing table, the initial setup is the first whatever the system, whatever the network which is connected with that router, that will be updated first, and next one is if there is any change in a topology or if there is any change in a network means, that is also updated in that routing table. So this is distance vector routing, and next one is the link state routing. So link state routing objective is, it describes the basic features and concepts of link state routing protocol. So and then it lists the benefits and requirements of link state routing protocols. So first the link state routing. So here each router shares its knowledge of its neighborhood with all routers in the internetwork. It is not like a distance vector. It just flood the whatever message it know about the neighbor to the entire internetwork. So link state, it shares the knowledge about its neighbor to all the system, all the routers which is present in the network, that will be flooded by this link state routing protocol. So here it uses a shortest path first algorithm. So for to calculate the shortest path to send a message. So the shortest path to the destination is not necessary path for at least the number of a hop. So here the link state routing processor processes the first, each router learns about the directly connected network. So the whatever the distance vector done, that it is also followed by this link state. So the direct networks which is connected with the router, that is updated in that. And next one is the link state router exchange a hello packet to meet other directly. So it send a hello packet. So using that packet it can find out the neighbor, whatever the neighbor which is present around that router. So each router built its own link state packet. That hello packet is also called as a link state packet. So the link state packet having a 3 field: neighbor ID, link type and bandwidth. So using these 3 field will be filled by the neighbor if there is present between that router. So after LSP is created, the router floods it to all neighbors. So the LSP is created by the router, then it will flood all to that neighbor. So who then store the information and then forward it to the next router, whatever the neighbors which are present to that router. So once all the routers have received all the LSPs, the router then construct a topological map of the network which is used to determine the best route to a destination. So the link state routing, first it update the routing table by directly connected a network, and next one it send a LSP. So LSP is a link state packet. So in that packet there are 3 fields are present inside it: neighbor ID, link type and bandwidth. So these 3 fields will be filled by the neighbors and then it will forward it to the next neighbor. So after getting this LSP, the overall topological map will be created. Based on that map, it can easily create a route. So sending a hello packets to neighbors. So the link state routing protocol uses a hello packet. So the purpose of hello packet is to discover the neighbor which is present in the same link. So here sending the hello packets to neighbors, the first a connected interface that are using the same link state routing protocol will exchange the hello packets. And next, once a router learn, it has a neighbor, they form a adjacency. So the 2 adjacent neighbors will exchange a hello packets, and these packet will serve as a keep alive function. So building the LSP. So how we can going to build a LSP, that is link state packet. So each router builds its own LSP. So the content of LSP is 3 field. One is a neighbor ID and link type, and third one is a bandwidth. So the LSP are sent out under the condition The first one is the initial router startup or a routing process, and next one is when there is a change in a topology. So in a distance vector, the routing table is updated periodically, but in a link state, if there is any change in the network, then only the information will be shared between the routers. So the link state packet which is exchanged, the first one is the initial process, and next one is if there is any change in the network. Next one is constructing a link state database. So by receiving the LSP, we can construct the link state database. So the routers use a database to construct a topology map of the network. Whatever the information collected by using the LSP, that is fed into the database. Using this database, we can construct a map. So this is the advantage of a link state routing protocol, and also the comparison between the distance vector and link state. So the first one is a topological map which is not present in a distance vector, and then a router can independently determine the shortest path to every network in a link state but is not in a distance vector. And next one is a convergence which is very slow in a distance vector but it is fast in a link state. And next periodic event driven routing updates. So periodically it will if there is any event driven means it will be updated in a link state. And then a use of LSP. So LSP which is constructed and used only in a link state routing protocol. So next one is the requirements for this link state routing protocol. So the main thing is the memory requirements. So which is the memory which is not needed in a distance vector, but here we need a more memory to process this LSP. And next one is the processing requirements. So here we need a CPU processing for this LSP routing protocol. And third one is a bandwidth requirement. So the bandwidth means the initial startup of link state routing protocol can consume a lot of bandwidth. In the initial stage we need a lot of bandwidth. So two link state routing protocol used for this routing IP. One is the OSPF and another one is the ISIS. So the overall summary of this link state routing protocol. So link state routing protocol is also known as the shortest path first protocol. So by using the database we can calculate the shortest path. So this is the first one, and next one is summarizing the link state process. The router first learn the directly connected network, and next one is it then say the hello to the neighbor, and then it build the LSP. So then flood the LSP to all neighbors, and then last the routers use this LSP database to build the network topology map and calculate the best path to reach the destination. So by comparing with the distance vector, the link state which is the best one, but it needs some more bandwidth in the initial phase only. Thank you.